What's wrong with you? What?
If a stranger knocked on your window and asked to enter your house, how would you respond? That's what a group of pals in Oregon had to deal with. A youngster claimed to have heard a knock on his window, an unsettling noise. Then he heard an odd voice calling him outside.
What? What's wrong with you? What?
When he approached the window carefully, he was able to get a distressing video. Outside, an enigmatic woman was asking to be allowed inside. The youngster, however, declined sagely. He was overcome with fear as she kept knocking. Overwhelmed by the disturbing experience, he backed away and called out to his friend for assistance. What would she have wanted to achieve? There is plenty opportunity for crazy speculation after this terrifying event. Was it a stranger, or was it something else entirely? Recently, a group of men posted some eerie video that they took while on a nightly search for an elusive and enigmatic creature. They made the grave error of going into the dark with only a flashlight and a camera when something really unsettling occurred. The camera glimpsed a shadowy figure, moving oddly in the distance. Well, it's definitely unusual. An extremely alarmed man yelled a warning to his companions. Apparently, whatever they had come across was agitated by this. The figure quickly rushes at them and knocks the camera to the ground. The camera momentarily captures the critter escaping, and you can hear the frantic scurry. Even though the men made it home safely and weren't gravely injured, this footage is really unsettling. It is difficult to write off the encounter as a simple hoax or prank given the creature's actions and abrupt aggression, but there is a lot of opportunity for doubt and conjecture given that the gang managed to approach so closely and still managed to slip away unscathed. What are your thoughts on this, then? This is some really good footage, I must say. I simply don't know, man. Thousands of people witnessed the strange sighting of a UFO hovering over a Mexican city during the day. Many others were left scratching their heads since the item defied any rational explanation and stayed perfectly motionless behind a group of white clouds. Many people recorded this event, which showed the UFO maintaining its position for several minutes without any audible or visual propulsion. No engines. However, the abrupt emergence of a second object that swiftly moved the UFO, a feature that astute viewers saw in the video, was what really heightened the mystery. Despite the increasing conjecture, there has been no official announcement regarding the nature of these objects or their origins, and the rapid velocity of the second item added even more mystery. They're obviously there after all. This sighting has sparked discussions regarding UFOs and other aerial phenomena on a global level, and left many wondering if there may be more UFO activity in that particular location. I think it's even dumb to ask, but what do you think? Is this an actual encounter with a UFO? I'm getting a little excited, but I believe so. In the comments, please offer your ideas and hypotheses about what might be happening. Jorge Cruz and his family are asleep in Erie, Pennsylvania at 3 in the morning. Suddenly, the silence is broken when the door to their bedroom slams. Naturally, Jorge awakens to the sound but dismisses it as unimportant and falls back asleep. But the following day, his curiosity overcomes him, and he begins to wonder what might have caused the door to slam so forcefully. At that point, he chooses to see the footage from the baby monitor. Jorge is completely chilled by what he finds. There are loud, clear banging sounds before the door slams. Then a shadowy creature creeps up close to the bottom of the baby's crib, resembling a black, formless mass. It seems to be keeping an eye on the child who is asleep. One of the stuffed animals in the crib is reportedly moved by the shadowy apparition at one point, and it disappears into thin air as fast as it came. What do you think about this entity? Jorge thinks it might be something evil that is haunting their house. Was it something else entirely, or did the Cruz family unintentionally record a paranormal presence? Tell me what you think.
Mom, look how pretty the sunset is. What was that?
You must see this, all right. Jane Everett and her family were on their way to Provo Municipal Airport. Additionally, her daughter captured an extremely odd moment on camera. This black figure unexpectedly emerges by the side of the road while they are traveling around sunset, and it disappears into the fields before anyone can respond. You hear the daughter say, "What was that?" as it disappears. Jane claims that this experience changed her from a skeptic to a paranormal believer. The worst part is still to come. Jane isn't aiming for viral stardom, as evidenced by the fact that her YouTube account has only 16 subscribers. Is this actual proof of an inexplicable phenomenon? I mean, I'm not sure. I thought it looked quite natural. The way it was filmed, the daughter's voice sounded natural. I'm not sure. Tell me what you think. Alright, so this video truly made me shiver. When a school bus is waiting to drop off children, a truck driver discovers he has lost his brakes at the worst possible moment. His voice is filled with pure terror. Take a listen.
Good God, he ain't gonna make it. Hurry up and go. You don't want to know.
The individuals outside the truck were the ones in the greatest danger in this video, you know. But by the sound of his voice, you could actually know that truck driver. He was terrified. He was worried about hurting someone. In any case, I'm relieved that the catastrophe was avoided and that no one was hurt. The shock of their lives is about to hit these onlookers. Although I'm not familiar with the past, I'm going to guess it's not good. The majority of people are clearly staying away, waiting for this to blow up. Now that they are beginning to realize what is happening, everyone rushes to get their bikes out of the way, aside from one man. To be honest, if you watch the entire clip and peek through the smoke, you can see that it's approaching a sizable amount of traffic. I hope everyone is okay, but the video unfortunately ends.
वो चल पड़ी गाड़ी आगे चल पड़ी अपने आप
Before realizing that it was being rewound, I believed this to be one of the most bizarre clips I had ever seen. Although everyone in the video was walking backwards, I should have spotted that. Nevertheless, here we are. I was anxious because I believed a ship was going to crash into this area, but it turned out to be a ship launch. Many people are twisted up in this eerie snapshot that recently surfaced on the official Disbelief Paranormal Facebook page. Accordingly, it was first shared on Facebook by a woman named Mary in the Paranormal Sightings group, which is a different page. The scene of a deadly vehicle collision is where the picture was shot, after the police had completed their investigation and hours after the collision. Therefore, there is nothing gory to witness. There is nobody there. It's merely a car that has overturned, or so we believed. This photograph is particularly unsettling because it depicts an odd, foggy person standing close to the car door. Once more, Mary claims that nobody was present when she took the photo. They simply waited for the tow vehicle to pull up. Many people are curious about this photo's release. Is this the ghost of a person involved in the accident? Or is there a more sensible reason? Personally, I'd like to know if Mary took this photo because she saw the figure, or if she took it before realizing the figure. Neither Mary nor the original uploader said this. In any case, the picture has caught everyone off guard, and they are searching for clarification. What are our thoughts on this one? It was said that this image was taken from a trail camera in Georgia. I will now state that this creature has remarkably well-defined muscles. I'm not even sure, though, because practically anything can now be manufactured online. What are your thoughts? This is another similar clip, however, it looks like it was taken a few years ago. What are your thoughts? They both seem quite realistic after all. People didn't like how grainy the first one was, and that all you can see of them is their backs. I'm not sure. I laughed at this. We can all have a good laugh once in a while, you know. Actually, the funniest bit was mentioned by one of the commenters. Please have a look at "My friend at my Ring doorbell at 3 a.m. It's really true, really. Can't you imagine your friend simply acting in this way in front of the camera? He has absolutely nothing going on. He has far too much free time. No obligations.
What if I screamed and scared the demons? They mimic your scream. That never scared me anyway. Maybe it's just a bunch of kids trying to summon demons. Stop in the forest we're in? Yeah. Sounds like fun. The more you listen, the less scary it sounds. The more I listen, the more scary it sounds. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I know what it is. I think it's a hyena. So, hyena someone? No.
This is definitely a disturbing video. Two adolescent girls are photographing a red rose for a class art assignment in the woods close to their house one late day. Abruptly, from farther into the jungle, they hear a disturbing sound. One of the females takes out her phone to record this unsettling moment, as the unusual noises make them uncomfortable. Strange screams can be heard reverberating through the woods in the footage. The girls, feeling anxious and fearing dangerous animals or worse, make the hasty decision to leave and return home. Fortunately, one girl informs her mother about the situation, and her mother prudently chooses to contact the police immediately. This is going to be crucial in the end. A fatal finding is made by the authorities when they arrive and start searching. They discover a woman who had been yelling for assistance in the woods. While they were in the wilderness, her spouse had sadly collapsed and died. Hours had passed since the woman called for assistance, but no one arrived until the girls heard her pleas. Unfortunately, there was nothing that could be done to save the man by the time help got there. Nonetheless, this tragic circumstance is a crucial reminder. Not all sounds are as frightening as we may believe. Calling for assistance can occasionally save a life. This clip is sick. Take a look at this. To begin with, the moose is unharmed. This is really amazing. And this video has become so popular for a reason. Observe how this moose regards this individual. His words actually sound like, "Go ahead, I'll give you a shot." However, since you will only receive one, it must be an excellent one. I mean, this is crazy. The confidence in this thing, I don't know. Now let's examine this purported Bigfoot footage that was captured in a region in Montana. Let me start by saying that Bigfoot sightings are common in this area of Montana. In addition to ranking 4th out of the top 5, numerous sightings in this area have been described as being rather hostile. The uploader claims to notice at least 3 individuals or creatures hidden in the cover. As you zoom in on the area where the Bigfoot is poking his head through the trees in this original Rocky Mountain Sasquatch clip, the Bigfoot instantly stops as we close near. It occurs immediately after he knocks on wood, a common method used to try to speak with Bigfoot. According to the expedition team, they are also investigating what they think is a Bigfoot structure. As they begin to leave, you can hear this big person knocking on wood and then looking directly at them. It's quite crazy. Here's my problem though, and perhaps I'm not seeing it clearly. But what are those backdrop colors? It nearly seems like campers might be moving around. I can definitely see the face too. However, I can also make out a face in that tree if I turn to look to the right. The movement in the background is simply campers setting up, and I'm getting the impression that this might be an example of pareidolia.
What's it doing? Does he think it's a bear? You think there's a bear up here next to the deer? Yeah, we probably should be too close to it, huh? How cool.
In 2012, a man and his pals were camping in Utah when they noticed something strange in the distance. He thought it was just a bear at first, but as he watched it up the slope, he became aware that something wasn't quite right. The way this object moved was odd. A YouTuber by the name of Beardcard posted a video on October 30th, 2012, and it immediately became popular. Despite being just a minute or so long, it is jam-packed with amazing footage. When the camera abruptly pans up to capture a shadowy figure on the hillside, the group is standing among the fall foliage in the video. You can see something big crouching down, potentially trying to conceal or possibly looking for food, and the trees don't completely obscure the view. Before it straightens up, everyone runs at that sudden action. The video has now received close to 8 million views, and that just applies to YouTube. Undoubtedly, it's among the most viewed pieces of possible Bigfoot evidence ever discovered. I just adore it. What are your thoughts? I think this is quite real. Well, let's start with the basics. How fast are we making sure that every door is locked, despite the fact that we are aware that these lions lack opposable thumbs? When this Colorado homeowner noticed a family of mountain lions sipping water from his terrace, he became a little alarmed. Now, because I'm fairly certain that mountain lions are typically solitary creatures, I'm hesitant to refer to this as a pride. This might be a family. They actually only ever get together, in my opinion, to mate. I'm a little interested in the reason behind their consumption of this water. It's practically as if their typical drinking hole has dried up. There appear to be 4 in all, and they are all in good health. They appear to differ in size, but I must view them all side by side. So perhaps this is a family after all. I understand that a mountain lion might climb on your doorstep, but whenever you see these wild creatures, I always try to imagine what I would have done if I had just happened to go out onto my porch and a mountain lion had been there. First and foremost, I believe I would attempt to withdraw, because you have little chance of defeating even one mountain lion, much less 4.